Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and your progressed year, if you know what that is. I'm Renee, and you are watching Waylighter Life Tarot. So, this is a reading for the back half of August, which includes an eclipse in Pisces, a fellow water sign. It is the final eclipse in Pisces. For the last 18 months, we have been undergoing these eclipses in Pisces and Virgo, which have been helping us to understand the need for detail orientation, the need for accessing the deep underground terrain that is very familiar to you as a Scorpio, and the spirituality and dissolution of boundaries that Pisces represents. So we've been toggling in between this unity consciousness and this distinctiveness consciousness. So, not the individuality of Leo per se, but more that it's this and not that. That's kind of that is one of the things that Virgo helps us to see is the details, the distinctions, the differences that actually matter to us. So it's not intended to separate us, but just to record them to ourselves and to others, and to ask ourselves how important are they in the big scheme of things. As we look at the unified field that Pisces represents, do those distinctions still matter? Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. And deciding that has been something that we have been learning. So now the North Node is in Aquarius, the South Node is in Leo. We've had the solar eclipse in Leo. And for you, let's see, Leo is your 10th house of career. So you may have suddenly had a whole new path open up, a way of making your living in the world, a way that people know you publicly that just appeared on the scene as if from nowhere. It also brought an ending, though, because Leo is holding the South Node right now. And the South Node is about the skills and the perspectives that we are needing to appreciate, but also to move away from so that we can learn new things. And then those gifts will open back up for us again. And I talked a good bit about that in my prior readings about the Leo eclipse and in the zodiac readings that I did for the beginning of August. So I encourage you to look back at those if you have more questions. So we're focused on Pisces at this point and the coming eclipse and what it is that Source wants to share with you. So Pisces is your 5th house, and this is a lunar eclipse. That is something that is more about the shadows. It is more about the what is hidden beneath the surface of things. You share an interest in that with Pisces. This is very comfortable for you. But in your 5th house, it may be a little bit uncomfortable. So it may be that the 5th house is about, so let me go back for a second. The 5th house is about creative projects that are very dear to us, or romantic relationships in terms of like what we call soulmates, romantic or not, they're soulmates. It can be that our illusions have been suddenly ripped away. We realize that we've been wearing rose-colored glasses about a relationship or about the role that someone plays in our lives. It can be about, the 5th house can be about our children. It can be about fertility in relation to those children and in relation to creative projects. So you may find that you suddenly see you were not understanding things clearly. And that may change everything for you in the equalizing of light in the moment of Pisces. So eclipses are always meant to move us to a better place. You don't ultimately have to worry about this. It is, if something changes, it means that you are intended for other things that will be better, whether immediately or not. The universe is not taking you to a place of less than or lack. So let's see what it is that Source, what messages Source has to bring forward for you and guidance around this. And I'm told that we are ready. This is the Healing Waters deck by Rebecca Campbell. It seemed appropriate for this. Okay. Just to confirm, everything is bounteous. So there is a message here of enough-ness. I'm just going to make that a word. It's enough-ness. It is, you are enough. You have enough. There is enough. Whatever it is that you want that sentence to say in relation to your specific situation, everything is enough. It says generously given, relationships coming together. And there are two people. This is like the Two of Cups card. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can. There are two people who are bringing their cups together. And there is this blessing and this water that is pouring onto both them and to the cups that they hold together. And they're creating this gorgeous aqua colored pool down below. And I take from that that others are able then also to enjoy the overflowing generosity of those cups. So this looks very, very good for you. Keep in mind, if this is about a relationship, it's intended to actually help you accept the imperfections in it, maybe. And you're good at that, Scorpio. You are willing to see kind of the underbelly of life, and you're good with the deep complexities of the human psyche. So bring that understanding, and you will find that you have a kindred spirit, a mirrored spirit, which falls right in with the fifth house of soulmates. Okay, so let's see now. Oop, I have the wrong deck here. Let's see now what the tarot messages are. Source, would you please provide a little bit more information for Scorpio, a little bit more perspective? What would you like for Scorpio to know about this change in the fifth house? Ooh, okay, I'm told top and bottom, so we'll see here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. And the others will come out in the clarifying that will come after these. Okay, let me say that again. I'm having a little trouble talking because I'm already getting pictures. We'll go through these cards. I will clarify them further. And in doing that, Source says we don't need to shuffle again. I got to remember that. Don't shuffle again. They're already ready, and it's the top and the bottom of the deck. So we'll pull from that. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, this is a really beautiful reading, you guys. Certainly, Leo is showing up because the Eight of Pentacles is here, and the Eight of Pentacles is about your career. Let's just say it is also about your daily work life, which could be your sixth house. It could be about how you earn your living, which is more of the second house. But it really just, let's say overall, it's about career, and your 10th house is your house of career, and public image is also part of that. And that is what just opened up with the solar eclipse in Leo. So you have first the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about everybody always goes first to self-care or the very motherly aspect that she has. I'm just going to say here in relation to what we've been talking about, this is business. This is your career. And she is holding up this gorgeous pentacle and saying, it's here. I am ready. I am taking care of you. I would say, Scorpio, that you are building something. You are building something new. She's holding almost an ace of pentacles, it looks like here, and the crown, and my attention's being drawn to a crown, emphasizing that she has got this. You've got this. Something that you're doing is like rock on. Um, and she's holding in her other hand what looked to me like grapes. Now, I will just admit to you, I have on my computer glasses and I can't totally see it, but we're going to go with grapes. She is, she's got the grapes, the fruit of your endeavors, the fruit of the work that you've been doing, the ability to make wine. She's got grazing sheep in the background in this beautiful, lush green area, and she is sitting on the throne. So this is a gorgeous, we call it significator card. This is you, okay? This is you right now. So what's going on for you? You are feeling the Six of Cups. And usually this card is showing two people who are like having a beautiful interaction together. One is either extending a bouquet of flowers to the other. One is, that they're standing very close. It is about kind of almost a childlike, joyful relationship. So if you felt any challenges in your relationships, you're also feeling the beauty of them. And I am not entirely certain. I need to read why in this deck that she is alone here, but maybe it is that you are in that eclipse. I was drawn to this deck in particular, even though I'm not, it's the Mythic Tarot deck. I'm not quite as familiar with this deck as I am others. Maybe it's because she is alone right now and she is thinking, she's looking down, she's looking into the cup. Um, Maybe you're feeling a bit alone in your soulmate relationship. You are feeling like possibly that you are wrapped up in more worldly matters, business, and just making a living and opportunities popping for you right now, and that you may be feeling a little less supported with a close relationship, or that you just can't quite get time or effort or energy to spend with that person or with that project, hobby, or interest that you have in some way. You're a little bit up in your head. And that's what I'm getting for this King of Swords. There are many messages that could come through for the King of Swords, but I'm seeing how stark this card is right now. So you may be feeling quite alone. And he seems to be very alone. All these mountains behind him, it looks as though they are, maybe it's in winter, or that they're very rocky with without vegetation or trees on them. He's got the scales of justice that he's holding. And so you may, exactly what I just said, you may be finding that you're not able to get as much balance as you would like to have right now to spend with a soulmate relationship or project. What else, Source? My eye is being drawn to the two triangles. I don't know if you can see them there, like at the top of his throne. So in some way, this is an initiation. You are being asked to work. We have here the Eight of Pentacles that I'm showing. You're being asked to work in a different way, and you haven't quite found the balance to do that yet. It feels like it's all encompassing for you, that you're not able to balance your life and the things that are truly deeply important to you other than work with your work and this new path that has opened up and that you're excited about. That's okay. That's okay. It will right itself. Let's see what else Source has to say. But that's frequently the case when there is something that we have an opportunity to go all in on. It's it's good that you're feeling those scales of justice that are a little bit out of whack, so that you are alerted to the fact that greater balance is needed. But I don't think that we can expect to have balance in every single moment. We can have balance in seasons as well. So in the same way that we talked about that this King of Swords is kind of in a barren landscape right now, I don't necessarily see it in winter, but it's not a time of growing things. So it may just be that it's after this harvest that you're, that the Queen of Pentacles represents. So you're feeling like you've got a harvest and this beautiful fruit in your business, and you're feeling a little bit alone and out in the sticks, we'll say, not meaning just the country, but just like bare, kind of a barren landscape personally, and you're focused on work. All right, so Source, please guide us. Here's the one on the bottom. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, I'm not worried about you. So you drew the King of Wands. Wow. The High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles, which is about feeling left out in the cold. Okay, so there's that confirmation exactly that we're on the right storyline. But you wind up, the outcome is the Empress, and you cannot get more fruit and growing things and abundance of all types than the Empress. So we're not worried here, but let's go through and get some clarity. All right, so modifying the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. Wow, what a pair. Now, some people might say, oh, well, they don't go well together. Well, of course they go well together. What this says is that whatever you're building, it's coming out of your imagination. It's coming out of your charisma, your ability to bring people together. Remember I said that, you know people very well. You see into their complexities and their personalities. You see what's hidden beneath the surface to most people. And that's a very Piscean characteristic that you share. You're able to see the deep waters and what's going on under the surface. I would say also of Earth, because we have, starting out, the Queen of Pentacles. So this fire that you see with the torch being lit and the King of Wands and that giant, it almost looks like he's got a crown on top of his crown here. He doesn't, but do you see what I mean there? That is you're bringing it. Like whatever it is that you're building right now, this way of life, it's from your imagination. You are turning thoughts and inspiration into things, my friend. Okay. And this you may have needed a timeout. You may have needed this time of solitude, and you may have been hoping that your close relationship could support you in that and kind of going all in and being separated for a while because you have been going within. So you are in relation to this Six of Cups, which is this childlike sense of being together. You have been going way inside. You have been going down into the depths. This is a card, a picture here of Persephone as the high priestess. And this is one of my all-time favorite cards because people forget that Persephone was a high priestess and she's also a queen. So Hades did not, it's frequently said that she was abducted, and that is a cultural comment on the times. But in her older aspect, we see her in Inanna and Ishtar, and she goes down into the earth willingly, and she becomes the queen and not just the high priestess. And then she ascends to bring the learning that she brings it up to humanity and all creatures above the surface of the earth. You've been going within to find truth, and that's good. There will be a time when you will want to come out, but right now you may have retreated not only because you are deep in your imagination, but because you felt left out in the cold. So this King of Swords, this mental space that you've been in, is causing you to feel more left out than you need to. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. But this Five of Pentacles card here, this one, the Five of Pentacles card here is about being a little bit incognito and it's not always the case, but that is what we're seeing here. This is Jason donning the golden fleece so that he looks as though he is a sheep and he is escaping in that way. He is escaping. I don't remember who the monster was, but whether that's the myth of this card, if some of you know the mythic tarot or not, I'm seeing these rocks as a reminder of like the golden fleece. So you've been going a little bit incognito, and it may be because you feel that you've been left out in the cold, and that's like a self-limiting belief that you have in your head, or vice versa. You have been in your head and you're finding that you're kind of stuck there a little bit and you are feeling left out of that soulmate relationship support. Whatever it is, you're okay in the end. The work that you are doing is going to have abundant results. So you have here the Empress, and we have the image here of Ceres, who is also known as Demeter in the Greek myths. So Roman Ceres, where we get our name cereal from, that's from grain, or Demeter, and this gorgeous abundance of causing things to grow. So just remember that if, as this Pisces eclipse plays out, you're feeling left out, you're feeling that someone has left you, that their support is not there as you take this giant leap into something that you are building, that you're bringing out of your head, that you're bringing out of the depths and creating in the world, and you're excited about it, and you are feeling imaginative, and you're feeling charismatic, and perhaps other people are giving you the affirmation that you want, but you're not getting it from this area that you love, or you can't get to that area of life that you love because you're solely focused on this. It's okay. Things will come back into balance one way or the other. And just know that you are enough for yourself, that you are on a beautiful path, that this is what the eclipses are helping move you to. Embrace it and don't fight it. Allow it to be. And if you could start from a place of radical acceptance that it is what it is, and then take that deep breath instead of feeling the clutch in your belly or your heart, how else could you feel? Could you feel a little bit better? Could you find that piece of bringing something into material reality? Because whatever it is, man, you are rocking it. You are ready to rock it if you haven't already. Rocket, R-O-C-K-E-T, and rocket, R-O-C-K-I-T. Okay, Scorpio, I loved spending time with you. Blessings to you this eclipse season, and I will talk with you soon.